Hey everybody, I am back here with another video, another one of my Scents of Days Gone By, my weekly warm wax review. As always, check out the description for the video for timestamps and a listing of every single scent that I'm going to talk about in the video, so you don't have to sit through the whole thing because it's probably going to be another 45-50 minute video. A lot of these scents I did melt the week before I went on vacation, but I did take some good notes on my wax spreadsheet, so I kind of read through it and refamiliarized myself with it. So I think I'm pretty good to go, but please forgive me if I seem a little rusty and a little not as smooth as I normally am. So I'm going to start off with Ava's Country Cupboard. I melted through a lot of Ava's Country Cupboard. I think I just got my Ava's Country Cupboard box and put it on the counter before I left for London, and I just was picking a lot of things out of there. The first one I melted was Elf Sweat. I've melted Elf Sweat before from Ava's Country Cupboard and a lot of other vendors. I love it every time. This had a good throw, which I was really happy about considering that by the time I melted it, it was a little bit on the older side, but it did really, really well. I mean, what is it, like 8 months old? This is candy canes, candy corn syrup, and soda pop. Obviously something that comes out more around the holidays. But I love melting it all year round because it is like effervescent and super sweet. It is just a really, really, really nice kind of like really good candy scent, peppermint scent, things like that. So this is a good year-round one, especially if you like effervescent scents and things like that. I would highly recommend the Elf Sweat. Sorry, I need to figure out a place to put my empties over here. Hang on. Let me get like a bag over here I can toss them in because I'm all disorganized. Okay, Elf Sweat. Okay, the next one from Ava's Country Cupboard is Fruity Bread. I believe this is just Fruit Loops and a zucchini bread scent. Hang on, let me see if I can still smell it in the bag. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I really do like Ava's Country Cupboard zucchini bread. To me, it always smells a little bit spicy. This was like 2 grubby loaves. I put this in the Glade Warmer and I got a high throw out of it. I did leave this one on overnight, and the next morning I still could smell it at about a low throw. The thing about it though is that Fruity Loops, I've noticed in blends, if I let it go all night, they tend to start smelling like really weird after a while, like Play-Doh. So when I did come down the next morning, I did not like how it smelled. The next morning, of course, that's after 8 or 9 hours, but I was pleased with the throw that I got out of this initially. Like I said, Ava's Country Cupboard stuff, I do really like her stuff. The next one here is Pink Strawberry Bliss. This was 2 grubby hearts. I melted both of the hearts in the 24-watt hot plate. Did well. Good throw. It did take a little bit of time to get going because, you know, like initially after it melts, it really wasn't throwing that well, but like 30 minutes later, it was throwing pretty good. This is a really good blend of strawberry and pink sugar. It's one of my favorite 2 scents to blend, and in this one they play really well together when it was on hot. Like there wasn't one that was overly dominant over the other. Now this one was kind of an interesting one. This was Marshmallow Jelly Donut, and it was brittle. It was like dual colored brittle. One side was pink and one side was white. Now I've had a lot of Marshmallow Jelly Donut scents from a lot of vendors. This one smells different than the other ones. The jelly in here, I don't know if it's a grape jelly. It almost didn't smell like a grape jelly, as just like a generic kind of fruit jelly, and also was a little bit sweeter. Smelled a lot more candy-ish to me. I did melt this in the 18 watt, I did it in the 20 watt as well, and multiple things. The throw I got from this one ranged from a medium to a high, and I got a lot of melts out of this because it was a full bag of brittle. Like I said, I do like the scent, I would get it again, but I don't feel the need to hoard it, so I would probably not seek out a full bag of brittle again. And it is a super sweet jelly scent. So take what you guys know, like from regular like jelly donut marshmallow sort of scents from other vendors, and make it sweeter and less grape, and that's what this one is. I do wish I had gotten a little bit of a better throw out of that one. A medium to high throw. I would have preferred like at least a high throw all the time from that one. This one here is Blueberry Pancakes. This one I melted in the 18 watt hot plate in the entryway, and I got a medium throw out of it. Really sweet blueberry scent. I like it, but it wasn't great. It wasn't super memorable for me, and you can also see from the age on here, it was about 8 months old by the time that I melted it. So it was okay, but just not great for me. And about a medium throw in the 18 watt. The next one here from Ava's Country Cupboard, you can see I got a lot. This one is Strawberry Shake. Melted this one in the 24 watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it did well. It had a high throw. I could easily pick it up when I entered the kitchen. It was there and it was present. This one also was a little bit on the older side. This was a really sugary, sweet strawberry scent. I would absolutely get this one again. That is definitely a good one from Ava's Country Cupboard. The last one here, the last one from Ava's Country Cupboard here. This one is Satsuma, and this was one of the breakaway tart bars that I got. This one, again, is also on the older side, so I was trying to get through a lot of the things I had gotten in my very first Ava's Country Cupboard haul before I left. So I melted this in the 24 watt, and I melted it in the 18 watt. I got 3 melts out of this total. When it was in the 18 watt, it had about a medium throw. It did better in the 24 watt hot plate. It was about a high throw in the 24 watt hot plate when I melted it in the kitchen. Definitely could smell it really easily in the kitchen, not so well in the living room. You know, my kitchen living room is like one big area, so maybe when I was within like a 8-foot radius from the warmer in the kitchen, I could pick it up. A little bit further out, it was getting harder to smell it. But for the wax being 8 months old, I thought it was fine. And Satsuma is a really nice scent, very strong. Obviously, orange scent is pretty much what it is. So that one did pretty good, I thought, for the age of the wax. Although the higher wattage warmer definitely did better with that one. Okay, the next one here was a loaf, I believe. I got chunked up from BeauxSavonsFrais. This one I got in a D-stash, I think from Kirby, and you can see that it was made on June 2013. So it was over a year old, or right at about a year old when I melted it, and I was really curious to see how it was going to do. And I have this one overall as a high throw. I put it in the 24 watt and it had a high throw. It smelled a little bit stronger to me on the lemon and the cotton candy frosting for sure when it was hot. And I also melted this in the entryway multiple times in the 18 watt hot plate, and it definitely threw up a lot more than it went out. When I was upstairs, it was filling up my entire loft area. I kept it on overnight multiple times. I could still smell it the next morning. So, like I said, high throw overall between the different wattages of warmers. Definitely a long throw. I like this one quite a bit, especially for the age of the wax. I was definitely surprised with it. This is a really good blend. So Loopy Lemon Cream. So I'm assuming that's like Fruit Loops, lemon cream, vanilla bean Noel, and cotton candy frosting. So 4 scents in here. And it is really nice. It is a really amazing blend. So that is something that I would definitely look for from another vendor if they have a blend that's kind of similar to that one. Also from BeauxSavonsFrais. I'm trying to get through the rest of my BeauxSavonsFrais. If you guys notice, I got this. These are 4 gingerbread tarts in Pink Flamingo. Pink Flamingo, I think, is an orange, cherry, and vanilla scent. Now, I wrote down that it was a really pretty, girly, fruity scent. That's what I kind of smelled out of it. I melted, I think, just 1 gingerbread guy at a time. So I melted it in the 24 watt hot plate in the bedroom a couple times, and I melted it in the 20 watt hot plate in the bathroom a couple times. It did okay each time, but the throw from this really was not that much better. It seemed to do a little bit better when I melted it in the bathroom, but it was like a high throw 1 time and a medium throw 3 times is kind of what I got out of this each time I melted one of these gingerbread tarts. But it is a really nice fragrance, and this Pink Flamingo fragrance oil, I've seen other vendors carry it, and it is really nice. It is a really pretty scent, like I said, orange, cherry, and vanilla. So that is something, a fragrance oil I would still seek out from other vendors, because obviously BeauxSavonsFrais is no longer in business, although I know Mimi's Tarts, you know, has her wax formula and her scent blends and stuff. Okay, this next one here from Beezy Tarts. This was a single donut sample in blueberry cheesecake ice cream. I put this in the 18 watt hot plate in the entryway. It had a high throw. It was a little bit on like the fragrancy, perfumey side for a blueberry for me. It didn't smell super authentic, but the ice cream note in here, it was really creamy and really sweet. So not my favorite blueberry, but you know, a really kind of creamy note in there, and it was a high throw in that 18 watt hot plate. Okay, the next one here from Beezy Tarts. Again, this one is Hot Orange Danish. I just melted this one yesterday. It had a good throw. It is very sweet. My husband was walking around and he thought that it smelled, he's like, that's got to be a cupcake scent. He was like convinced it was a cupcake scent, and I showed him what it was, and it is very, very sweet. Almost a little too sweet for me, but it is a really nice scent. And there is something else in here. I don't know if there's like maple syrup in here, because there's like Hot Orange Danish. Danishes have what, like drizzle on like cream, like a sweet drizzle on the top, and like the doughy cinnamon kind of scent. So I don't know. It is a really good scent, but it is very potent. Definitely a good throw. I threw the whole scent shot in the 24 watt hot plate. I would get that again, but like I said, that one is getting a little on the sweeter side for me, I think, that I'm comfortable with. This next one here by Candles by Victoria. This is Charleston Breeze. I just melted this one a couple days ago. This one had a good throw. It is a really pretty floral scent, really nice in the bedroom. Now, it's very strong on floral when you smell it on cold. When it was melted, it was a little less potent on the floral. But yeah, it's very floral when you initially smell it in here. I thought it smelled like gardenia when I smelled it. Gardenia is one of the floral notes that I am able to pick up. I can't pick up a whole lot of them, but I can smell gardenia. But this is a really nice scent. Now, what is actually in here is jasmine, lily, orange blossom, gardenia, cyclamen, and carnation is what's in here. So pretty much all floral. And really, really beautiful. That is definitely a keeper. I will say that I threw the whole thing in the 24-watt hot plate. Like I said, good throw. There was a little bit of hardened wax around the edge of the plate. Not a whole lot. Maybe like a 1/4 of an inch around the edge was still hardened, and I didn't like want to go around and dick around with it. This is in the old wax formula that she has. I know she's reformulated to make it softer, but yeah, but that was a good performer, so I would absolutely get that one again. Okay, from Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted through the rest of a bag in buttered maple syrup. I seem to have lost the bag, but I wrote it down in here. I put 2 of the tarts in the 24-watt hot plate. Did really well. I melted on a weekend, and it was kind of nice to have like that really sweet maple syrup scent, you know, like on a weekend morning when you're kind of like lounging around making breakfast and relaxing and enjoying yourself. So I really did like it, and it had a good throw. So like I said, I just lost the bag for some reason. Okay, the next one from Candles from the Keeping Room that I got through was Satsuma and Strawberry. These were like the sun-shaped tarts, and I really love that shape. I had 2 tarts left in here, so I melted 1 sun tart at a time in the 24-watt hot plate. It did really well. I absolutely love this one, and I love the strawberry scent in here. I don't know if this is her fresh picked strawberry scent that she blends with Satsuma, or if it's a completely separate fragrance roll. I don't know, but it smells like a fresh picked strawberry scent in here that I really love blended with that Satsuma, and it's a good blend of both of them. Like I said, good throw on hot on a 24-watt hot plate. I absolutely would get this again. I think I have a couple more bags of this because, and I'm so glad because it is such a good scent. There's not a whole lot of scent left in this polypropylene bag right now, and my nose is kind of jacked up. But yeah, that is absolutely a keeper and perfect, perfect, perfect in the summer. Okay, from Daphne's Divine, I melted this one a couple days ago in Sweater Weather. This is like a Bath & Body Works dupe, I think. I was looking online for a description of Sweater Weather. It's really hard to find. I'm not a Bath & Body Works follower, so I think the candle may have been discontinued. But anyways, I put this in the 20-watt hot plate in the bedroom, the Glade Warmer, and it did okay. I think I melted this as I was going to sleep, so unfortunately, I just don't really remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember the room just kind of smelling like clean and fresh, but I don't really remember much about the throw. But normally, if the throw is stronger, I tend to remember it more, so I'm thinking that this one was probably about a medium throw. Now, I think I found the scent description for Sweater Weather, and it looks like it's eucalyptus, juniper berry, and sage. Does that sound right to you guys out there? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a really nice scent. Definitely smells like winter, definitely fresh and clean. And it is an absolutely beautiful scent. So I know Sweater Weather is a dupe that I think a lot of other vendors carry. I know obviously Daphne's Divine is no longer, she's no longer, you know, a wax vendor. So I would definitely look for that from other vendors. It's a really nice scent. Okay, from Front Porch, this was a bag of dual brittle, you know, like the, anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like it's 2 different scents, one on each side, 2 different colors. This was in Black Raspberry Coffee Cake and Pink Marshmallow. And this one for me, I wanted to get because I really do like her Black Raspberry Coffee Cake. I love her Black Raspberry scents in general. It's like blackberries and raspberries. The Black Raspberry Coffee Cake is amazing, and Pink Marshmallow obviously is a really good scent. So I really did like the blend, and weirdly enough, it was actually a little bit stronger, I think, on the Black Raspberry scent over the Pink Sugar, which was kind of strange. This one had a good throw, and all the warmers I melted it in. I melted it in the 24-watt hot plate, the Glade, the 18-watt hot plate. I would leave it overnight on the 18-watt hot plate, and I could smell it very easily the next day. And the next day, it had like a really strong bakery scent, and the Pink Sugar, like the next day, was just not as strong. There's really a lot more of that Black Raspberry Coffee Cake was coming through. So anyways, I really do like this scent. I would get it again, and I don't know if I would necessarily seek it out in the brittle again, because that Black Raspberry Coffee Cake is so strong. But I mean, I would be interested in blending like my individual grubbies and Black Raspberry Coffee Cake with maybe some Pink Sugar, or like trying to bring the Pink Sugar out a little bit more. But yeah, it was definitely a quality piece of wax with a good throw. The next one here from Front Porch, this was in Eucalyptus Spearmint. I absolutely love this one. Now, the grubbies were on the older side when I melted it. You can see I got this back in December, so it was at least 7 months old when I melted it. But this threw like a beast in my bedroom. I put it in the 20-watt hot plate in the bathroom, and it did really well. I melted it in the that was the 20-watt hot plate in the bathroom, and then I also melted it in the 24-watt hot plate in the bedroom. It did really well every single time, 2 grubbies at a time. It is a really nice, refreshing scent, probably one of my favorite bedroom scents. It's just beautiful, it's clean, it's fresh, it's just really good. And especially for the age of the wax and the fact that it was stored the entire time in the original polypropylene bag with a zip tie, I thought the throw being a good was definitely awesome. Oh, that is such a beautiful scent. And even through my stuffed up nose, I can still smell that in the bag right now. That's really good. Okay, from Hay Creek Candles, this was a bag of like little chunks and watermelon dreamsicle cake. And okay, well, number one, my date that I put on here is completely wrong. I think I got this like at the end of 2013, but I don't remember anymore. I screwed up the little sticker. But I don't know what Dreamsicle is. I've seen Dreamsicle mixed in with a lot of other blends that a lot of vendors carry. I don't like it. There's something in here that smells really candy-ish, like just too candy-ish for me. I don't really know what it is. This is just a super candy-ish watermelon scent. And I think I got like maybe 4 or 5 melts out of this one. I put it in the 18-watt hot plate and the 24-watt hot plate. And the 24-watt hot plate, I really felt the first time I melted it, it was really only about a medium throw. I really could only smell it if I was like 6 feet away from the warmer, at least easily. And then it kind of like dissipated the further out she went. In the 18-watt, it was about the same, about like a medium. Now, though, I melted it for the last time. The last melt I did, I put in the 24-watt hot plate, and for some reason that time it just seemed to do better, which really goes to show you how, you know, sometimes your nose is just different, you know, from day to day or even hour to hour. But the last time I melted it, it was definitely more of a high throw. I could really easily smell it, but once again, I just do not like the Dreamsicle part of that blend. And the one thing about Hay Creek Candles is her wax is hard to get out of your warmer if you're doing the freezer method. You almost have to hot pour it. Otherwise, you're sitting there like with your frozen, your solidified chunk of wax and your cold, you know, plate, and you got to run hot water on the back and really wedge it out with a butter knife. And I really don't like doing that because I've like poked myself before. So yeah, if you do melt Hay Creek, I would definitely recommend hot pour method or something else because her wax is very sticky. Okay. From Pics, Petals, and Scents, this is the first thing I ever melted. I got this in the Streetman sampler like a little bit ago. This is Watermelon Cotton Candy. This one was like a half egg tart kind of shape, and it was a good throw. And it wasn't a whole lot of wax, you know, in terms of the amount. And I was like, okay, this may not throw that well, but it was a good throw in the 24-watt hot plate. And I really enjoyed the scent. I cannot tell the difference between watermelon cotton candy and honeydew cotton candy because I know there's a lot of vendors that'll carry both or one or the other, but I definitely really enjoyed this watermelon cotton candy scent and was definitely impressed with the throw. It was a really, really nice blend of both of them. I thought about 50-50 on the watermelon and cotton candy. Okay, the next one here is from Rainbow Melts. This is definitely an older one. You can see it was poured back in October, mid-October, in pink peppermint. It was like this really cute chunky loaf. This one, so it was about 8 months old when I melted it. It had a high throw on my Glade warmer. I put the whole thing in upstairs in my bedroom. Really nice blend of the two. I would get it again, but no need to hoard it. This is just not one of my particularly favorite blends. But the fact that it was an 8-month-old piece of wax, I thought a high throw out of it was really good, and I definitely enjoyed the scent. Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, also from Rainbow Melts, I finished up a loaf here in Mary Berry Zucchini. So Mary Berry Zucchini is the same as Berry Spooky Zucchini, which is the same as the berry zucchini. She has this one blend that I believe is like marshmallow and wild berry mousse and zucchini bread, and then like as the seasons change, she'll like rename it cute names. But this is still out there. What does she call it now? It's called something berry, triple berry zucchini. I can't remember. But if you see this, it's all the same. It's all the same scent. I really like this one, and it's a really distinctive scent because I've had wild berry mousse zucchini scents from other vendors, but for some reason I can always tell that this one is the Rainbow Melts one. For some reason, there's something about it that is just distinctive, and I can pick it up right away. I absolutely love this blend, and this loaf had a high to a good throw every single time I melted it. Obviously, it was a loaf. I melted it in the 18-watt in the Glade and the 24-watt hot plate. So I said high to a good throw depending on the wattage of the warmer or depending on how I felt that day. Definitely good quality piece of wax. I did melt this one overnight a couple times. So, you know, like it went for 9 hours, and the next morning I really couldn't smell anything. So I don't know the point that this one would like lost the scent, but I would say that this one is not like one of those super long throwers. But I mean, every time I melted it for like, you know, 4 to 5 hours, it definitely threw well the entire time for the 4 to 5 hours, right? So yeah, that one I continually purchase that blend from Rainbow Melts. I like having a little bit on hand at all times because it's a really, really, really good blend. The next one here from Rainbow Melts, this one is in Nature's Rainbow. This was, I think, a sample, so it was like a single scallop. I put this in the 18-watt hot plate, and it had a high throw in the inch away from a single scallop, so I was definitely more than happy with it. I wrote down that I thought it had an apple scent and that it was creamy and nice. Now, what is actually in here, there's no apple in here. It's pear, green grapes, kiwi, raspberry, peach, jasmine, lily of the valley, and white musk. So I don't know why I thought there was apple in there, and there's not, but there are a lot of really good, nice fruits in here. It still smells a little bit like apple to me. I don't pick up a whole lot of the floral scents or the musk scent. It's definitely fruit dominant, at least when it's on hot. Nice scent. I don't feel the need to hoard this one, particularly for me, but it is a good scent, and it's a good quality piece of wax because I got a high throw out of it. Okay, Rosegirls. I got through a decent amount of Rosegirls, and what I was doing before I went on vacation is I was trying to pick out some of the blends that I was interested in seeing if I wanted to get in the last opening as a pie. So I was like reaching for my bags and melting it all over the house. I actually was melting bakery in my bedroom, which I almost never do just because I was trying to see how the throw was. So this one I got was in Raspberry Pomegranate Monster Cookie. I like this scent on cold. On cold, I get a lot of the raspberry and the pomegranate. It's really mostly a fruit scent on cold. I put this in the 24-watt hot plate. I really did not like... Sorry. Okay, continuing on with this one. When this one was on hot, though, I really didn't like it because it had like a really kind of weird butter scent. And I've noticed that there's certain scents on hot. Normally, it's like apricot scents and peach scent sometimes. And when they're on hot, for some reason, they just don't agree with my nose. And I know there's none of that in here, but I was getting that same like just strange buttery scent that I really don't like on hot. Now the throw from this one in the 24-watt, it was about a medium to a high throw, not super strong, but I still could smell it, you know, when I was moving around my kitchen and everything. I did leave this one on overnight. The next morning, I could not get any scent out of it, so I don't know how long this went through for, but like I said, 8 to 9 hours later, you know, there really wasn't a whole lot left. So yeah, this one, I was interested in getting this in a pie initially when I smelled it on cold, but after melting it on hot, I scratched it off my list just because on hot, it really wasn't something that I really liked. Okay, I also melted through one chunk here in Frosted Streuselkuchen, which is their Streuselkuchen scent along with, I believe, Vanilla Bean Noel. I absolutely love how this one smells. It is like sweet bakery cookie scent to the max, along with that like coffee cake from the Streuselkuchen. Really, really good. Now this one had a high throw. I melted it in the bedroom in the Glade Warmer because I was, like I said, just trying to see how everything was going to do. And as soon as it started to melt, I could smell it. It was definitely enjoyable. It was a high throw in the Glade Warmer. Really nice. I did melt this one overnight, and the next morning I couldn't smell anything, which is fine. Like I said, I don't expect my stuff to throw for 8 to 9 hours. But sometimes I kind of like melting it for that long just to see, you know, if it does or does not throw. Really, really gorgeous scent. This was actually on my list to get in a pie, and I think I actually bumped it for Raspberry Streuselkuchen, I think is what I got, and I really do love that scent, but I was like, maybe I want to try the raspberry a little bit more. Okay, the next one that I melted here was Orange Danish Cuppa Cake, and Cuppa Cake is like their just yellow kind of cake scent. I absolutely love how this one smells on cold. It is really beautiful. And I reached for this one because I love this scent on cold so much. I wanted to see how the throw was to see if I wanted to get it in a pie. The throw for this one was not as strong as I would have liked. Like, once again, I only melted it one time. It could change. But when I did melt it in my 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, it had a medium throw. It smelled amazing when I was within 5 feet from the warmer. That's what I wrote down. But when I was not that close to the warmer, I really had a hard time smelling it. So this one I scratched off my pie list because if it had a better throw, I would have gotten this one in a pie. But I am interested in melting through the rest of the chunks in here because, like I said, could be that day, could have been me. I could have a stronger throw, right? If I melted it like right now, who knows? But that one, that scent on cold is just so, so amazing. Okay, the next one here is Bodacious Bowser. And I really, 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 really like this one. So this one I melted in the 24-watt hot plate. I think I melted this in the bedroom because this was, no, I melted this one in the kitchen because, you know, I was trying to assess. That is a big chunk there. Okay, so this is Dunk My Donut Monster Cookie Waffle Cone, and it's an overpour of green apple. It is really good. You know, and that green apple being the overpour makes it strong enough to, like, hold its own against, like, all of those, like, doughy bakery scents. It's a really, really great scent. It had a high throw in the 24-watt hot plate. This one I actually really did want to get as a pie, but I think I ended up, my registry, I ended up, like, really knocking it down because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get my registry in time. So unfortunately that fell off, but that is a really good one. And I would get that one again, maybe the next opening. Okay, the next one that I got is Toadstool Trifecta. This one is really good. I've melted this one in the bedroom in my 24-watt hot plate. And what this one is, it's strawberry shortcake, blueberry cobbler with an overpour of pie crust. Gorgeous scent. Gorgeous. The blueberry in here is really nice. That strawberry in here is just fantastic, as their strawberry always is. And that overpour of the pie crust just takes that bakery sweet scent and just like ups it to the max, along with the cobbler scent. Absolutely good. So high throat in the 24-watt hot plate. This one I think I did get in a pie. Either I got it in a pie or I just took the scents and blended it. I think I did get that one because that one I really, really loved. Okay, the next one here from Rosegirls is Peppermint Coconut Mallow. I melted this one yesterday because my husband like was having some major, you know, what is it called? Allergy issues. And I wanted to melt a peppermint thing downstairs in the kitchen. So I put this in the 24-watt hot plate. It had, at the best, a medium throw. When I was within like a 5 to 6 foot radius of the warmer, I could smell it easily. And it smelled fabulous. And I could pick up the coconut in here when it was on cold. When it was on hot, it was mostly just a peppermint scent, which was really fine with me. But like I said, about a medium throw because I really could only smell it when I was in the kitchen. Couldn't really smell it when I was in the living room. So that's probably not one that I would seek out again. Okay, the next one here is a, this was a custom muffin that I did in Orange Revival, Orange Danish, and then Vermont Maple Syrup. I really like this scent. And the orange scent and the maple syrup scent together just blended into like this somewhat tart, but not really tart. It's kind of like maple syrup, but with a kick. You can smell the orange in there, but it's not like so dominantly orange that it sticks out as being orange. I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyways, this was, I melted the whole muffin in the 24-watt hot plate. It had a high throw. I melted it for most of the morning today, and I really enjoyed the scent as I was walking around. I would get this again. I don't know if I like it enough to get it in a pie. But like, you know, in the footballs or the muffins, I would get it again. But like I said, I really like orange scents and maple syrup scents together. It is really good. Like I said, it's maple syrup with a kick is the best way to describe it, I think. Okay, from Super Tarts, this one. I've melted this one before. It's a remelt. I love this one. Strawberry white cake. This was like one of the mashup tarts from, I got this one a little bit ago because I don't think she's done mashup tarts in a while. So this one is one of my favorite strawberry scents. And to me, this one smells like a fresh picked strawberry. I don't know why. It's not a super sweet strawberry. It smells like cake and fresh picked strawberry. Really, really good. So I put the whole mashup tart in a 24-watt hot plate. Good throw. Smelled amazing. I absolutely love that. And I don't think I have any more single fresh picked strawberry from her anymore, which makes me sad because that's really, really good. Okay. The next one here is sweet berry sugar cookies. Wait a minute. Am I out of order? Yeah, I'm out of order. So it's the sweet berry sugar cookies. I think from the sugar cookie sampler that I got a little bit more recently. Yep. This one had a good throw in the 24-watt hot plate. This one, it's exactly as described. It smells like berries, it is sweet, and it smells like sugar cookies. So there's really nothing else I can say in there. I will say that the berry part, it smells more like raspberry and strawberry to me, out of the berries that I could pick up out of it. But good throw in the 24-watt hot plate. So I melted this one in the kitchen, and yesterday I melted this one. I did not have anything melting in the entryway, and as soon as I stepped out of my bedroom upstairs, I could smell this. So this one went from the kitchen, through the hallway, through the entryway, upstairs. So it was amazing. The fact that I could smell it from that far away and smell it pretty strongly. That one is a really, really good one. I like that one quite a bit. The next one here from Super Tarts. This one is Sand Dollar Cookies. This one is an interesting blend of cotton candy, pink sands, and sugar cookie. So I did melt this one upstairs because of the pink sands and the 24-watt hot plate. It had about a medium to a high throw. I could smell it, but it really wasn't overpowering, which I think was good because it was kind of a interesting blend, and I was trying to see how I liked it. It's possible I should have let this cure longer because I did get this one more recently. I only let it sit for about a week before I melted it. I don't think her stuff needs a whole lot of cure time or even any cure time because it's mostly paraffin, but I probably should have let this one cure longer, but I was so interested in it, I threw it in right away. So like I said, medium to high throw in the 24-watt hot plate, but pretty much melting it as soon as I received it, so that might have affected it. But it is a definitely interesting blend. Stronger on the cotton candy and the pink sands for sure. And I do like pink sands. It's something that I'm really coming around to that I really do like. Okay, the next one here from Super Tarts was another mashup tart, I believe, an orange dreamsicle. This one I put in the 24-watt hot plate, and it had a good throw. Now here we go again with dreamsicle. So I don't know if this one from Brandy was like a single fragrance oil, if it was multiple ones, but it's like, you know that one from Hay Creek Candles that was like watermelon dreamsicle thing? I really didn't like it because whatever is in that dreamsicle is just too candy-ish for me. But like I said, it was strong. It had a good throw in the 24-watt hot plate. I do like the smell of this one better on cold. When it was on hot, whatever that dreamsicle scent is that I do not like was really coming out. Yeah, so the scent itself just was not for me, but it was definitely a quality piece of wax. Okay, also from Super Tarts, I melted this one in Eucalyptus Vanilla Spearmint. In the bedroom, in the Glade Warmer, it definitely had a high to a good throw. It was pretty darn strong. I melted it as I fell asleep. I could smell it as I was falling asleep. In the morning, I could still smell it fairly strongly. So this one I wrote down that it has the right amount of sweetness mixed in with a spa and clean scent. And the sweetness must be coming from the vanilla. I really like this one. Pretty much for me, if anything has eucalyptus in it, I'm going to love it. I really love eucalyptus. Okay, the last one here from Super Tarts is Berry Good Cookie. And this one I melted in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen. It had a high throw overall. This one, to me, smelled stronger on a strawberry and raspberry scent, I think. And I really couldn't get a whole lot of cookie scent out of it. It was definitely stronger on the fruits. Actually, you know what's funny? So this one I melted before I went on vacation. And I wrote down that I smelled more strawberry and raspberry. And then when I melted the sweet berry sugar cookies yesterday, I wrote down that I could smell more raspberry and strawberry. So I wonder if it's the same berry scent that she used in here. The sweet berry. Well, wait a minute. Are these the same scent? Sweet berry sugar cookies versus berry good cookie. Wait a minute. I wonder if it's the same scent, just with a slightly different name. Oh, now I lost the scent shot. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Or Brandy, if you see this. Berry good cookie, sweet berry sugar cookies. Maybe it's the same scent. Well, either way, my nose was consistent because to me it smelled more like strawberry and raspberry, which is like weird for me to actually smell anything consistently. But yeah, I do like that one. Okay. The next one here was Russian Ice Bath from the Bathing Garden. I love this scent because I got it in a sugar scrub initially, and it is so beautiful and just minty, minty, minty. It's peppermint, menthol, spearmint, eucalyptus, lemon, and vanilla is what's in here. However, this one had a low throw. I put it in the 24-watt hot plate in the bedroom, low throw. Then I moved it to the bathroom in the 20-watt hot plate, low throw. I just could not get anything. It almost was bordering on no throw. The weird thing is, when I was smelling this on cold, it was really strong on cold, but I just did not get anything out of it hot. And you guys can see that this one had been carrying for about 3.5 to 4 months by the time that I melted it. So I just don't know why. And I was really disappointed that I really couldn't smell anything because I really do love the scent. It is just minty heaven. And once again, even what's left in here, sticking to the polypropylene, I can smell it easily, but just on hot, I got nothing out of it. Okay. The next one here from the Bathing Garden was Sweet Melon Limeade. I'm actually melting this one right now. I really love this scent. It's frozen lime slush with juicy pink melon. So just lime and melon is really all it is. It's just a really nice scent. And I don't know how to say this. It's almost like when you smell it, it doesn't like hurt your nose. You know what I'm saying? But it's very, you know, with the lime and the melon, it's very, not tart, but not acrid. I don't know how to say this. But it's like you can tell it's there and it's very present, and it's not like a creamy, subtle scent. It's like a more in-your-face kind of scent, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I did melt this in the 18-watt hot plate the first time, 3 cubes, and it was a medium throw. I'm melting it right now in the 24-watt hot plate. It is doing much better. It's a high to a good throw in the 24-watt hot plate. It smells like a fruity, summery drink, but it's definitely like in your face because of the lime and the melons, because those are both very like in your face kind of fragrances, I think. Okay, from 30th Street Wax, this was a remelt in Rocky Mountain Cucumber Melon. These were 2 cameo tarts. I did melt them both at the same time in the 24-watt hot plate, and I wrote down here that the second time I melted it, it had a medium to a high throw in the 24-watt hot plate. The first time I melted it, I think it was like a high throw, so you know, about the same experience both times. Really nice scent. Nothing I think that's like different from, I like cucumber melon scents, but it's nice. It's nice. But there's nothing like in here that makes it super different, I think, from other cucumber melon scents that I've smelled, but it's still like a nice scent. Good quality piece of wax. Okay, here from Tiffany Candles, this was a loaf I finished in fresh fruit slices with marshmallow, fruity loops over pour. Yeah, so obviously since it's a loaf, I got a lot of melts out of it. I melted it in the 18 watt, the Glade, the 24 watt. It had a good throw pretty consistently every single time that I melted it. I did melt it in the Glade warmer overnight a couple times, and I could still smell it the next morning really easily. I find that Tiffany Candles loaves almost always throw well and almost always throw for a long time. So I was really pleased with it. Good product, good throw, long throw, and really nothing to complain about. And it is a really nice scent. It's very fruity. It's not too Fruity Loops-ish. I found that Fruity Loops is something that I don't really enjoy a whole heck of a lot anymore. And that was more stronger on like a fruit scent, I would say, than a Fruity Loop scent, which was good for me. Okay, the next ones here are from Timing Tart. This one is Shimar Moore in a Tux. This one is a remelt for me. I love this one. I love it, love it, love it. I have it going upstairs in my bedroom. This one is Blue Sugar Arabian Sandalwood with champagne bubbles. It is effervescent, and it is also like woodsy from the sandalwood. The Blue Sugar is actually something that's not as strong. No, I can smell it. I must be smoking crack. I think when it's on cold, I can pick up the Blue Sugar. When it's melting, it seems stronger on the sandalwood and the champagne bubbles. I love this scent. It is amazing. One of my favorite blends of all time. This one has a good throw in the Glade Warmer or the 24 watt hot plate, and it throws pretty long. I melted this one yesterday for like, not yesterday, 2 days ago for like 12 hours, and even when I shut it off at the 12-hour point, it still had a good throw. I'm melting this one right now, and it's at like hour number 6, and it's still throwing really well up there. So good throw, long throw, absolutely fabulous scent. If you like Blue Sugar, sandalwood, and champagne bubbles, effervescent types of scents, get that one. It is fucking amazing. Okay, the next one here I got is Teas. God, I can't talk. This is Teas. This is vanilla tea and Moroccan mint, and it does smell a lot like Moroccan mint tea, which I absolutely like that tea scent. So it's a really good one. This one I wrote that it has like a, you know, nice woodsy scent, maybe a little bit. It also smells a little bit like winter from all the mint. So I melted this one in the 24 watt hot plate, 3 cubes at a time recently. Had a high throw both times, and it definitely smelled stronger on the mint than anything else when it was on hot. Really nice mint scent. So if you guys are looking for like an earthy tea mint scent, get this one. It's really good. And like I said, high throw both times, so good quality wax. Okay, the next one here from Timing Tart is Madman with a box. This one is in the old wax formula because it's from 2013. It's also getting a little bit older. This one has a really interesting scent, a really nice blend. I wrote down that I thought it had a woodsy, minty smell. What is actually in here is blue agave, blueberry, lime, and peppermint candies. It's definitely an interesting blend. And the minty smell is probably what I was picking up the most. Now this one, I really didn't get a whole lot of throw out of this one. I could smell it, but it was very subtle. So it gave the room a very subtle ambiance, but that was really about all I could get out of it. So I wrote down that it has like a low to a medium throw. But I would absolutely get this one again. Once again, this is in the old wax formula, and the new wax formula, it probably has a little bit of a better throw, but low to medium throw from that one initially. Okay, from Victoria's Designer Creations, this one is Sugar Plums and Tinsel. This one had a medium to a high throw in the 18 watt hot plate. I could smell it upstairs in the loft, but it wasn't super strong up there either. This one definitely was stronger on the tinsel smell. It smelled really more like berries and mint, which I think is tinsel. Definitely reminded me of winter, but not something I would really seek out a whole lot again. This one from Victoria's Designer Creations is Pink Sugared Spruce. I really like this one. This one was like a grubby decorated square. I melted this in the 18 watt hot plate, and it did pretty well. It was hot. It was a high throw, not super overpowering, but it was really nice in the entryway for like people, if they were to visit, could walk in and smell it, but not be like overpowered by it. This one I also really, really love the scent. I'm trying to see. I can't smell anything right now, so I don't know why I'm trying to smell it, but I really did like that one. Okay, from Vintage Chic Scents, this one is a scent shot in Bogey and Bacall. This one is Sandalwood and Blue Sugar. I really love this one. I've melted it multiple times. Once again, this one had about a high to a good throw when I melted it. Lasted all the way overnight. I could smell it the next morning pretty easily, so definitely a good piece of wax. The next one here from Vintage Chic Scents is Rosemary's Baby. This is a lavender mint. I melted this one in the bathroom last night in the 20 watt hot plate. And I fell asleep. I mean, I threw it on and then like I left the bathroom obviously to go to bed. So I don't know how it was doing, but when I did wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, I walked in and I could easily pick it up. You know, like I'm like half asleep dead, like shuffling around, and I was like, oh, that smells good. So the fact that this could do that for me, like in the middle of the night when I'm half asleep dead, I thought was pretty good because I wasn't thinking about wax when I was walking into the bathroom at like 2 in the morning. So anyways, this one, when I melted it before, had a high throw, so it's probably still about the same. It's a really nice, relaxing scent. Oh yeah, it is really nice. And actually, even through my stuffed nose, that lavender, I can really smell that one. The next one here from Vintage Chic Scents, this was one of like the medium roses I got in the sampler bag and Bomb Pop Martini. This one I wrote down, I could really smell the effervescent note out of there, and to me it smelled mostly lemon lime. I did put this in the kitchen in the 24-watt hot plate, and it did well. Like I said, high to a good throw. I could smell it in the kitchen very easily. I had a harder time smelling it in the living room, but I still could. If I left the room and came back in, I could definitely smell it a lot more easy. This one is Blue Raspberry Cherry Slush with Lemon Lime Fizz. But like I said, to me on hot, definitely stronger on the Lemon Lime Fizz note. I really like that one. Also from Vintage Chic Scents, I did melt one of the medium-sized roses in here, and Carousel is what that one is. So I did melt one of these. So what this one is, it is cotton candy frosting and vanilla waffle cone. And it had a good throw in a 24-watt hot plate. It was kicking some ass in there. And this is, like I said, if you don't want like sweet bakery, sweet scents, don't get this one. It is, I mean, obviously it's waffle cone and cotton candy frosting. It's super sweet. Definitely a little bit stronger on the cotton candy frosting. Like I said, good throw. Oh, actually, no, I melted one of these tarts. I melted a single small flower tart and got a good throw from the 24-watt hot plate. So I was really, really pleased with that one there. Okay, from World of Wax and Suds, I melted through this one. It was like a loaf, I believe, in pink peppermint and Chardonnay. Good throw. I put this in the 24-watt hot plate, and you really could smell that pink sugar, and you could also get that like Chardonnay effervescent, slightly fruity, you know, like alcohol-y, like Chardonnay scent, obviously. So I thought it was a really good blend, and I was really happy with the throw of the 24-watt hot plate. I would absolutely get this one again. And it does smell like Chardonnay or wine. Chardonnay is a wine, right? You can definitely get that kind of scent out of that one. The next one here from World of Wax and Suds is in Cactus and Sea Salt. This one is Cactus and Sea Salt, pretty much like all the vendors have. It smells, Cactus and Sea Salt to me can sometimes smell kind of soapy. I really didn't get that kind of impression from this one here. I did melt it 3 cubes at a time, one time in the Glade, once in the 24-watt hot plate. Good throw. It smelled to me exactly like every other vendor's, not exactly, but Cactus and Sea Salt always smells pretty much the same to me, except some smell more soapy than others, but they all smell about the same. And I really did like this one. Sorry, I'm really losing my mind here at the end. Yeah. Oh, that one actually cleared out my nose a little bit. So definitely a good quality piece of wax with a good throw from that one there. Okay, from Yankee Candle, I melted a single tart here in Honey Blossom. This is a remelt for me. This one, the second time around, I melted it in the 20-watt hot plate in the bathroom. It didn't do as well as I remembered it doing the first time around. This one, the second time around, I really thought it was about a medium throw. The first time I melted it, I got a good throw out of it. So a good throw the first time, medium throw the second time, who knows. But this is Flower Nectar, Honey Musk, Freesia, and Woods. Really nice floral scent if you guys are looking for something like that. The last one I melted here was from Yankee Candle in Beechwood. This was like not their regular like scallopy tart thing. This was like one of the jar wax melts. You know, the one that you're supposed to let harden and just like push it out of the warmer. Well, I don't know if that works because the warmer upstairs I melted it in is square, so I can't push it out. Anyways, but I melted this one in a 20-watt hot plate in the bathroom. It had a low to a medium throw. Unless I was within like 2 to 3 feet of the warmer, I really couldn't smell it, but I really did like this scent. Since it was woodsy, I thought maybe there would be sandalwood in here, but what it is, it's vetiver, salty air, and driftwood is what's in here. Yeah, it's a really nice wood scent. You know, if you like those earthy wood scents, I would recommend this one. But like I said, a low to a medium throw. I don't know if that's because it's in this jar wax melt thing, and maybe it would throw better if it was in the regular Yankee Candle tart thing. It was the first one of those I had melted, so I don't know what was going on with it, but I wasn't as happy with the throw as I wanted to be. All right, you guys, that's it. So that's the scents of days gone by, and I just need to get my head in the game. I got a couple more things to film, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.